Now we have to understand what are the institutes globally doing to make sure that students perform better. We have a bunch of institutes who've made sure that students who fall under the PWD category upon admission are able to declare the support system, and this support system that is curated for them, the information that comes out of what accommodation needs they have is shared with the rest of the institute and even their peers and colleagues on campus. IIM Bangalore has a very interesting system of being able to disperse the need-based assessment information to the different departments. Stanford also has a system where once a student gets on campus and they declare their disability and the support required around it, the same is issued upon a letter and sent out to a lot of professors, colleagues, librarians, anybody and everybody who will be a part of the learning journey, to make sure that we don't only register the need, but the need is also communicated across so that they can be supported. Now, these are the few pillars that we have understood, deduced from global best practices that help students perform better. Financial aid. First and the foremost, it's very important that there are schemes, scholarships, sponsorships that are unlocked during the time of admissions to be able to support the applicant financially and also get the resources that are required to make their journey successful. Application support. There has to be a lot of technical support involved. The entire application process needs to be accessible. You might have a very accessible process, but till you don't make the very first step of admissions, which is application, putting out bulletins, accessible pamphlets to understand the information around the inclusive practices on your campus, accessible in their formats to the candidates, it's of no use. Going ahead, we have holistic admissions. Now, a holistic inclusive admission process will go beyond the test scores. They will look into what are the reasonable accommodation required when a student is sitting for their examination, what kind of assistive technologies they required, what are the various sort of stakeholders involved post admissions that they need to coordinate with to make sure this student has a successful journey, and post onboarding. Right? Admission is a stage-wise process, and when it comes to all this process of applying, getting through, doing the need-based assessment, onboarding becomes very crucial. At the level of onboarding, we need to understand that these students are oriented well in terms of what is the support system, team, center that exists on campus, what are the various resources that are available to them, what are the accessible formats that they will need in terms of gathering more information about their campus, and also assigning mentors or buddies to support them through and through. Let's understand that according to us, what are the possible intervention and steps that we can take to strengthen our processes, make sure that admission as a stage in a student's life is as inclusive as possible. Now we see on our screens right now what are the possible action steps that can enable inclusive admissions, starting from streamlining of processes, inclusive outreach. We'll talk about capacity building, schemes, scholarships, and onboarding of students.